The murder of Anggy Diaz by her husband, Jared Dicus, is a tragic and gruesome case that shocked the community of Waller County, Texas. The case not only highlights the severity of domestic violence, but also raises questions about mental health and the justice system's response to such heinous crimes. This video delves into the details of the case, from the early lives of the couple and their wedding to the discovery of the crime, the police investigation, and the trial that followed. But first, subscribe to our channel for more content, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Anggy Diaz, a 21-year-old woman, was known for her vibrant personality and was loved by her family and friends. She married Jared Dicus, a 23-year-old man, in October 2022. The couple's wedding was officiated by Waller County Judge Trey Duhan, who posted a smiling picture of the newlyweds on social media shortly after the ceremony. The couple lived in a small home on the property of Dicus' parents, located near Magnolia, Texas, about 45 miles northwest of Houston. Anggy Diaz, an immigrant from Nicaragua, was known for her dedication and hard work, which she channeled into supporting her family back home. She worked 2 jobs, one at Cheap's Meat Market and another at a local convenience store, to help pay for her mother's cancer treatment in Nicaragua. Her commitment to her family was a testament to her character, showcasing her selflessness and determination to provide for her loved ones despite the challenges she faced. On January 11, 2023, a call to 911 was made by Jared Dicus' parents after they discovered the mutilated body of Anggy Diaz in the couple's home. The Waller County Sheriff's Office responded to the call and arrived at the scene to find a gruesome sight. Diaz had been decapitated and dismembered, and the residence was covered in blood. Sheriff Troy Guidry described the scene as gruesome at best, with Diaz's body showing multiple stab wounds inflicted with a kitchen knife. Upon their arrival, the police immediately detained Jared Dicus, who was present at the scene. Dicus confessed to the murder of his wife, admitting that he had killed her earlier that day. The police arrested Dicus on a murder charge and booked him into the local jail. Sheriff Guidry held a press conference a few days later, where he provided details about the crime scene and the ongoing investigation. The investigation into the murder of Anggy Diaz was a complex process that uncovered a series of disturbing details. On January 11, 2023, Waller County deputies responded to a 911 call made by Jared Dicus' parents, who reported a death on their property. Upon arrival, deputies discovered a gruesome scene in the small cabin where the newlyweds lived. Anggy Diaz was found decapitated and dismembered, with her body showing multiple stab wounds. The residence was covered in blood, and a large kitchen knife, believed to be the murder weapon, was recovered from the scene. Jared Dicus was immediately detained and later confessed to the murder, although he did not provide a motive for his actions. The relationship between Anggy Diaz and Jared Dicus was marred by a history of domestic violence, which had been a troubling aspect of their short-lived marriage. Law enforcement records revealed that deputies had been called to their residence multiple times due to reports of domestic disturbances. These incidents painted a picture of a volatile and abusive relationship, with Dicus exhibiting aggressive behavior towards Diaz. Despite these red flags, the couple continued to live together, culminating in the tragic and brutal murder of Anggy Diaz. In November 2022, Jared Dicus was arrested for driving while intoxicated DWI, an incident that revealed his volatile and aggressive behavior. During the arrest, Dicus exhibited extreme agitation and threatened the arresting officer, as well as members of the Montgomery County Jail staff. His erratic behavior included punching windows, which ultimately led to him being placed in a restraint chair to execute a blood warrant. This incident not only highlighted Dicus' propensity for violence, but also raised concerns about his mental stability. Despite these alarming signs, Dicus was released on a $1,000 bond. In a chilling sequence of events, surveillance footage from a convenience store captured Jared Dicus stealing a beer shortly after the murder. The video shows Dicus walking into the store, taking a beer without paying, and then opening it in the parking lot. This behavior, occurring just hours after the brutal killing of his wife, added a layer of complexity to the investigation, suggesting a possible disconnect from the gravity of his actions. The footage became a crucial piece of evidence, illustrating Dicus' state of mind in the immediate aftermath of the crime. Throughout the investigation, potential mental health issues were raised concerning Dicus' competency to stand trial. Despite these concerns, a court-ordered examination deemed him competent. During his police interview, Jared Dicus provided a chilling confession regarding the murder of his wife, Anggy Diaz. Dicus admitted to using a kitchen knife to stab Diaz multiple times before decapitating her. He described the sequence of events with disturbing clarity, detailing how he committed the gruesome act in their shared home on his parents' property. According to Waller County Sheriff Troy Guidry, Dicus confessed to the murder when questioned by investigators, although he did not offer a clear motive for his actions. The confession, combined with the physical evidence found at the scene, including the blood-covered residence and the recovered kitchen knife, left no doubt about his culpability in the brutal killing. The trial of Jared Dicus began with a plea agreement between the defense and the prosecution. Dicus pleaded guilty to the murder of Anggy Diaz, and as part of the plea deal, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison. During the trial, the prosecution emphasized the brutal nature of the crime and Dicus' history of violent behavior. They argued for a higher bond amount due to the severity of the offense and the potential danger Dicus posed to the community. The defense, on the other hand, focused on Dicus' mental health issues, although he was ultimately found competent to stand trial. The Diaz family was consulted about the plea agreement, and they agreed to the terms, which included Dicus waiving his rights to appeal the verdict, the sentence, and any potential defense to the prosecution. The trial concluded with District Court Judge Gary Cheney sentencing Jared Dicus to 40 years in prison. Due to the aggravated nature of the offense, Dicus will not be eligible for parole until 2043 at the earliest. The Waller County District Attorney, Sean Whitmore, stated that the county does not tolerate domestic violence and that they would seek justice for the victims of such heinous crimes. The murder of Anggy Diaz by Jared Dicus is a heartbreaking case that underscores the devastating impact of domestic violence. The brutal nature of the crime and the subsequent trial highlight the importance of addressing domestic violence and mental health issues within the community. While justice was served with Dicus' 40-year prison sentence, the tragic loss of Anggy Diaz remains a stark reminder of the need for continued efforts to protect victims of domestic violence and prevent such tragedies in the future.